刚才听了我们尼泊尔方面的这个官员、企业家、专家学者的介绍，给了我获得了很多的信息。
I have learned more according to what you have said by the government official or some professor here.
我们这次这个代表团是我们云南省食品药品监督管理局组成的代表团，专程访问印度和尼泊尔两个国家。
Our group was made by the INA FDA, and the aim to visit is India and Nepal.
因为这个印度、尼泊尔、中国有许多共同之处。
Because the country China, India, and Nepal have something the same point.
比如说民族的多样性、文化的多样性。
For example, the minor nationality, minor more wonderful culture,
再加上生物的多样性。
and the some multiple of the plants or something else.
但是疾病是不分国界的，都是我们共同需要去面对的任务。
But the disease is not according to the country. It is to cure the disease is the aim of all the people here.
所以我们这一行就是来向印度、向尼泊尔两个国家在传统医药或中草药方面的这个成功的经验来学习和借鉴。
So the aim of our visit is to learn more about India and Nepal at the point of the traditional medicine.
我们也同时来和大家一起交流中国乃至我们云南省在传统医中草药方面取得的一些成功经验。
And we will communicate our successful government opinions, advice opinions in the drug manufacturer or something else by INA FDA or by the Chinese FDA.
这个大家知道，一个药品的生产，首先是要有合格的原料。
As we have known, if the quality of the products, first we should have the quality API.
合格的原料呢，有的是天然的，有的是人工培制的。
And the API divided into two kinds. One is from the natural, one the other will made by chemical, which we use the method of chemical.
但是天然的药物就在不短的时间内就可以被人类给它消耗尽，但是需要我们规模化的去培育、去繁殖。
But you know that when you have just mentioned before, the resource of the plant maybe will go down. So we will grow it by the people.
在我们国家，在我们省，政府呢就要投资，引导企业家去种植那些稀缺的资源，能够供我们药物的生产使用。
And in our province, the government has encouraged some enterprise to invest to the plant growing for the API, for the raw materials for pharmaceutical.
有了原料的来源，就需要有生产药品才能有的前提。
The coming of the resource of the plants, pharmaceutical plants, medicinal plants is the source of our good quality drugs.
药品的生产在我们国家有两个标准，一个是进入国家药典的标准，就是全国通用的标准。
The standard of drug in China have two standards. One is the state level, which was listed in the Chinese pharmacopoeia.
按照国家药典标准生产的药品，就可以在全国、在全世界流通。
And the drugs manufactured according to the standard of Chinese pharmacopoeia can applied to all the China, all over the China.
我们还有地方标准，
We have the standard of production level.
比如说我们把中草药做成的中药饮片，就是我们自己地方省里边可以制定标准。
For example, the slide prepared for TCM in Yunnan province is a standard which was made by the production level FDA.
这个地方标准，企业家生产的药品可以在我们省里边流通，可以在少数民族地区可以流通。
And the drugs made according to the prevention level, the standard production level can circulate or can sell in the prevention.
但是标准的这个出台，需要企业家们去参与，政府去引导，最终经过药监局批准以后，才能付诸实施。
But the prevention level, standard of the prevention level first should be applied by the pharmaceutical manufacturer, and then the prevention level government FDA should approve it. After approve the standard, the pharmaceutical can manufacture according to the standard.
这个在研究过程当中，实验室呢有我们企业家的实验室，有我们政府的实验室，还有大专院校的科研单位的实验室，都可以参与研究。
And in the stage of research, they have three kinds of laboratory. One is a laboratory which was belong to the pharmaceutical. The other is a laboratory which belong to FDA, maybe the state government. And the third is the third part laboratory, which all of these three kinds of laboratory can make the research.
刚才我说了，有了合格的药材，有了优质的药材，有了我们这个生产的标准，那么企业家就是药品生产的企业家，就可以按照国家对企业生产的质量标准要求来申请组织生产。
And what I have said before that, if they have the standard of the drugs and have the quality source of the material, and the pharmaceutical can process the drugs according to the standard.
企业生产的每一种药品，国家都有检验的标准。
Every drugs in China which was produced, they have the test standard by the government.
只有检验合格的药品才能出厂。
And only if this test was passed by the pharmaceutical or by the government, this drug can go to the market.
那政府的监管呢，就是在市场上或者是生产企业抽取它的成品进行检验。
And what the government guarantee the quality of the drugs is one method is to take the sample of the drug in the market and test the quality of the drugs.
如果说发现了它的药品不合格，企业必须进行召回。
If the government through the test find that this drug not meet his standard, the government requires the pharmaceutical to recall the drugs.
如果企业不是按照国家批准的这个配方生产，比如说减少了含量，或者是添加了没有经过批准的成分，这就变为假药，就要依法进行严惩。
And if the pharmaceutical didn't make the process according to the standard, such as if they add something that shouldn't be in the drugs, or if the strength of the drug is not meet the standard, so the government should punish them.
轻者停止生产进行整改，重者就要追究刑事责任，甚至要判死刑。
And the punishment, the level of the punishment is depending on what the result of this not meet the standard. For example, they may be the government closed the factory, or if this is a serious result, maybe the something else in the pharmaceutical should be go to the prison.
这个药品如果上市了以后，如果出现了不良反应，我们还有专门的机构来进行对它上市以后药物进行再评价。
And we have the special department which in charge of the re-evaluation of the adverse effect of the drugs when they go to the market re-evaluation.
如果发现了上市以后的药物出现了不良反应，那要返回来，要企业进行补充申请，进一步的去对它的安全性和有效性进行再研究。
And during the re-evaluation, if the government finds that the drug has something advanced, some serious advanced effect, they ask the pharmaceutical to go back to do some research to make sure this is safe or not.
包括重新修订它的说明书。
And if this is not safe, so the government, the FDA asked the pharmaceutical to change the list of what the patient should do some attention to the drugs advice.
这是我想给大家介绍的第一个，我们国家还是我们省里边药品从种植、生产、上市、销售的一个基本情况。
This is what first I want to say is from the raw material to the supply of the drugs in Yunnan province.
第二个我想给大家介绍的是，我们云南跟尼泊尔有很多相似的地方。
Second, I want to say is the province Yunnan and Nepal has some same point.
我们云南跟尼泊尔一样，有低海拔或高海拔。
And Yunnan and Nepal have the different altitude of the plant, and maybe something is low altitude and high altitude.
比如大家知道，我们迪庆、香格里拉有美丽雪山，这个海拔就很高。我们有低河谷的，低到60度海拔的亚热带气候。
And as you have known that in Yunnan, in Shangri-La, they have the mountains, snow mountains, which is maybe 40,000 meters high. And in the border, which was close to Vietnam, this has above the 60 meters.
正是因为这样的立体气候，就有丰富分布的各种不同的药用的植物或药用的很多资源。
Just because of this heretical climate, so makes Yunnan have much more plant of the plant.
经过我们国家的普查，我们云南省的中药材资源占到全国的51%以上。
According to the Chinese government investigation, they found that the plant resource of Yunnan was about 51% of the national, the all China.
所以我们云南省是一个生物资源的大省。
So we have the government of large bio resource.
我们又是一个多民族的省份。
We have 26 nationalities.
全国有56种少数民族，云南独有的民族就有15种。
You have known that in China they have 46 nationalities, but they have 16 only in Yunnan province.
正是因为民族众多，它就孕育了我们各个民族之间有很多传统的医药。
Because of they have more nationalities, so they have much more different traditional medicines.
所以我们大家知道的，中国有中医，中医就包括了针灸。
So you have know that in Chinese we have Chinese medical, and according to Chinese medical, they have some cure method which was famous in India and in Nepal.
我们还有民族医，比如说有藏医药，还有傣医药，还有彝医药等等。
And we have some other medical, such as Tiba medical, which is in nearby the Nepal, Tiba. And the other is in Yunnan province, such as Yi medical, is a nationality, Yi medical.
我们中国的中医或民族医都自成体系。
The Chinese medical of nationality themselves have their own system, the medical system.
有最古老的记载，比如说《本草纲目》。
They have the ocean manual of the medical ocean manual, such as the famous medical book, such as named《本草纲目》。
这个就比如刚才他们给我们介绍的，他们在研究他们的这个中草药的时候，经文上所记载的一样。
Which is the same as you have mentioned. You have researched your plant, your medicals according to your books. This is according just the same.
我们国家就把这个传统记载下来的这些药材、民族医进行了专门的分类，专门的一种一种的进行了系统的研究。
The Chinese government, through the 5,000 years history, and from now on, they divide all of these medicine plants into different categories and research all of these categories.
那么在实践过程当中，安天有效的这些药材，就最早是提供在医院里面作为验类制剂，在开发使用。
And in the history of the TCM, Chinese traditional medical use, first they are used in the hospital for the safety. Medicines they are used in the hospital, first in the hospital.
通过多年的时间以后，认为它安全有效，那么就按照国家药品注册的方式去申报国家药品的注册申请。
After the several years of use in the medical, if the clinical research proves that they are safe and effective, then they will apply to the state SFDA to apply a registration number, which was make them to become a drug.
这个也就变成了从地方标准提升为国家标准。
This means that this drug standard from the production level up to the state level.
所以我们刚才说，我们跟尼泊尔，无论是立体的海拔、植物的多样性、民族文化的多样性，都是我们有更多的机会可以坐在一起进行沟通、交流或互相学习。
So the same point between the two nations, between Nepal and Yunnan, gave us the opportunity to sit down here to communicate more.
我也知道，我们云南省，刚才我们有大学教授在给我们做介绍，我们云南省本身也有中医学院，就专门来培养中医的医生，中医的学生，这就是为我们的中医或民族医打下了人才基础。
And as which has give us the introduction before, the professor from the medical, Calcutta University in Yunnan province, we also have the medical university, which have trained more students, and this is all have the knowledge based and people based for the development of Chinese traditional medicine.
我们有 国家级省里边就国家支持举办的植物研究所、民畜药的研究所，也有我们企业家自己办的研究所。
We both in Yunnan, we have both the institute by the government or by the pharmaceutical companies. They have all have the different level of the institute.
也有我们自己政府办的法定实验室。
And also have the laboratory which was authorized by the government.
这些都为中药、民畜药的安全性、有效性提供了技术支撑。
This about what I have said before have make the strengthen a guarantee for the quality of the drug.
刚才我关注到了大家提到的，比如说我们尼泊尔的药品是主要从印度进口，印度的药材主要是从中国进口。我们是刚才大家希望我们加强合作，能够把工厂建在当地，药品就产在当地，这样就可以降低成本，为更多的患者提供了既方便又便捷的药品。
I mentioned that what you have said before that most of the APIs is for Nepal is imported by India, and most of the APIs import in India is imported from China. So I agree what you have said before that if the Chinese companies build the pharmaceutical company here and produce the API here and do the process for the drug products, they will benefit for the people of Nepal.
我也注意到了，大家希望能够我们当地的稀有的这个濒危动植物，能够作为药用的植物，希望我们加强合作，能够进行规模化的去培植，让它能够可持续的发展。
I also pay attention to that you have just said before that the two from both Yunnan and Nepal want to do the cooperation in the high price, which is very value for the drug, the plant, which is very value for the plant, cooperation with the agriculture of the plant.
我还注意到大家关注一个问题，希望我们两国之间的企业家加强合作，能够制造出让更多人享有的安全有效的药品。
I also pay attention that what we say here want to the two pharmaceutical companies from Nepal and China to make further cooperation and to produce more drugs which was quality and high quality and safety.
中国跟尼泊尔是两个友好的国家，是文化渊源的国家。
China and Nepal are good friends and have the long time of history.
我们在各个行业都有广泛的交流。
We have make cooperation with all kinds of different level and different of the something like medical or something others.
我们这次到尼泊尔来访问、考察学习，就是希望为我们今后的合作打下一个基础。
The aim we have here is the beginning of what we have make further cooperation. For the future cooperation is the beginning.
我们去互相去找到自己对方国家的需求，我们加强项目之间的合作。
During the cooperation, first we should find the demand of both two sides. What is Nepal need and what is China need, and find this. After we find this demand, we will make further cooperation.
我们也愿意支持我们尼泊尔的企业家在中国，特别是在云南省开办企业，我们将提供积极的服务。
We wish that the company from Nepal to investigate in Yunnan province. If the company come to Yunnan province, the Yunnan FDA would make service for them
协助企业家们去申报国家一些批准文号，
to have the companies which was invested in Yunnan to apply for the registration number of state FDA.
帮助大家去办理法律上规定的那些事项。
To the guarantees, to the guide, give much more guide for help the pharmaceutical to get the such as the pharmaceutical license or something else.
我们将无偿的为大家提供政策和法律的咨询。
We will give the consent of the something if you want to know the law or some regulations of China, we will give you.
我们每年都在举办在云南昆明举办这个博览会，我们希望在座的官员、专家学者和企业家们积极地到云南来参加博览会，希望你们在博览会上获得更多的医药产业方面的发展信息。
You know that in every year in June in Kunming they have the exhibition which was by the some enterprise or something in South Asia or Asia or other countries. And I wish in the next year the company from Nepal can visit the exhibition and make some cooperation in the exhibition.
我们也愿意像今天这样，我们云南省食品药品监督管理局搭建一个我们尼泊尔相关企业和我们云南省或者中国的企业家们一起交流沟通的平台。
And we would like to make the bridge between the Nepal and China with the Yunnan FDA to make the bridge for all the not only the government but also the companies to make cooperation.
为两国企业家去获取信息、去寻找合作创造条件。
And we make more chance for the two companies from the two countries to have the new chance to make better drugs.
随着我们国家“一带一路”的深入广泛开展，我相信我们两国政府之间、企业家之间、学者之间的交流越来越多。
With the policy which was suggested by China, one belt, one road. With this policy carried on, I hope that the two countries make further cooperation.
合作的领域越来越广泛。
And the aspect of the which we can cooperation is more wide.
我期待着我们有更多的合作项目获得成功。
I hope that the two countries has more project of the cooperation, the cooperation project make success.
我也诚挚地欢迎大家到中国去访问，到云南，我们一起去交流。
I welcome all of here and both the government but the companies to visit China, to visit Yunnan.
谢谢大家今天给我们提供了这个交流的平台，也谢谢大家给我们介绍了尼泊尔生物医药产业发展的现状。再一次，我代表我们代表团表示衷心的感谢。
Thank you very much for all here to give the opportunity to communicate, and thank you for giving us a very good meeting atmosphere. Thank you very much.
谢谢。